It's 11:30 in the morning, September 17th, 2010, less than 24 hours after the tornado rolled through Queens, New York. I'm coming to you from in front of my apartment, Kew Gardens Hills. That's in Queens. It's the epicenter of the event, of the weather event. There's my apartment. You can see one of the shutters was torn off. Here's the courtyard in front of my apartment, which received very substantial damage. Most of the trees were uprooted. It used to look like a park, and now looks like a disaster zone. I'm going to walk over now to where my car was parked. I was very fortunate that my car didn't get damaged. It got one little dent about the size of a dime. The car in back of me was totaled, completely totaled. There's the tree that fell on it. Car 3 or 4 cars in front of me was also totaled. A lot of people are out with cameras this morning because it's just such an amazing thing that happened. Okay, this is the car behind me, what's left of it. Completely destroyed. Now, I was parked right over here in this empty spot behind this car. And I had to move because there's a limb that Trish noticed was hanging down. And it would have gotten me eventually. So I was fortunate to figure out a way to get my car out of there. I cleared a path with a saw, did a U-turn, went up on the sidewalk. There was a clear driveway. I got in that driveway, went behind a row of apartments, got to a clear street, parked my car. Very fortunate. One of the few. This is the tree that fell on the car behind me. Just take a quick tour of the neighborhood, which received amazing damage. This is where my car was. Behind this car, there was me. In front of this car, that's completely destroyed, as you see here. It's very sunny out, and this is a very cheap digital video camera, so I'm having trouble seeing the image on the display, so you'll have to excuse it if sometimes the picture's out of frame. People are walking around just in amazement. It's such a weird thing that happened here. It's never happened before.
There's no charge for anything that we do. Alright? Okay, you're welcome.
There's another car that didn't make it. I've parked here many times. Parked just about in every spot on this street many times. Look at that. Trish was home when this happened. She said it took about 5 minutes from start to finish. She thought she was going to die. She's lived in Texas her whole life where they have tornadoes regularly, and she's never seen anything like this. It's another car that didn't make it, although he could probably get it fixed. There's my street. There's my court. It's had beautiful trees. And now it's just a big mess. Big freaking mess. And when Trish parked the car last night, she was going to take the spot where the car got destroyed, but she didn't. She decided to pull up. It's just one of those things. Here, look at this guy's roof. How are we going to get this off? Who's going to pay for all of this? Where's President Obama? Where's the change we need? We need some change here. We need to change this street from a street with trees laying all over the place to a clean street again. Look at this shit. I can hear in the distance trucks that sound like they're cutting up trees. I'm gonna go take a walk and see. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a truck with trees in it already. Look at that. Now this is the driveway that freed me. Came down this driveway, drove up on the sidewalk here, right over here. There's where my car was. And that's the path that we cleared with my little saw. Here's the car that was behind me. There's the branch that's hanging that I had to flee, so it didn't get me. That my car didn't get damaged is a miracle. Well, it's amazing. How's that sound? Luck. Lucky luck. Look at that. Leaning on the house. There's another car here that got pretty much destroyed. And again, I've parked in every parking spot on this street at one time or another. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this car got it pretty bad. I think you need to fix this sidewalk a little bit. There's a kid that wants to get killed. He doesn't know that concrete slab could just slip and crush him. Then I'd have some good video. That video would go viral. Okay, here's the tree service already. Like I said, I wonder who's paying for all this shit. I had to walk home from the station last night because there were no buses running. There were trees down everywhere. You know, I've always assumed that there were these huge root systems underneath the ground. I kind of believed that there was as much tree under the ground that there was above ground, but now I see that's not the case at all. Most of these trees apparently were very shallow. I mean, the roots snapped, but these are tiny roots. I mean, look at them. There's no big root system holding these trees down, and I wonder why that is. I was talking to one guy earlier this morning, and he said that these trees are not natural for this area. You know, they don't grow here by nature. They grow from somewhere else, and they were put here for landscaping purposes. And that's why they didn't take proper root. And that's why they came down so easily. Now, I shouldn't really say easily. It took an unusual weather event to knock them down. but since they're not native trees, they didn't grab the soil as well as they should have, or as well as they might have had they been growing where they naturally grow. I don't know if that's true, but it certainly sounds reasonable. It's what happens when you put something where it doesn't belong. Okay, again, this is my courtyard. But keep in mind, the wind was very strong. It didn't just, pull trees up out of the ground. It snapped trees in half. Just completely in half. Like kindling. Look at that. This is in my courtyard. And you notice all the trees are falling in the same direction. They're falling in a northeasterly direction. So that's the direction the wind was blowing in. Just an amazing weather event. So, that pretty much wraps it up. So, here I am in Kew Gardens. It's now 11:45, Friday, September 17th. And I just wanted to give you an idea of the very unusual weather event we had. If you're watching it on the news somewhere else, you have no idea of what actually happened here, because the news doesn't do it justice. Oh, by the way, last night the news truck with the live report was on the other corner of my block. You didn't even have to cross the street to go there. You just had to walk around the corner, and there they were, all set up for their live news broadcast, because this is like the center of the destruction. Anyway, that about wraps it up for now. Fortunately, I got my car out. We can go away tomorrow. Didn't look like my car was coming out for a while. And this is John Keller in Kew Gardens, signing off. Bye-bye.